Who is Apollo? Apollo is one of the most powerful and revered gods in Greek mythology, known as the god of music, prophecy, healing, archery, and the sun. He embodies harmony, knowledge, and light. He is the son of Zeus, the king of the gods, to Leto, and the twin brother of Artemis, the goddess of the hunt. Apollo represents order, reason, and youthful beauty. He is often portrayed as a radiant, beardless young man holding a lyre or a shining silver bow. One of his most famous roles is as the god of prophecy, deeply connected to the legendary oracle at Delphi, where his wisdom guided mortals and kings alike. The name Apollo is still a mystery. Some say it means destroyer, at least according to the ancient Greeks. Others suggest it could mean purifier, assembler, or even redeemer. Yet many scholars disagree. They believe the name comes from the Greek word apella, meaning a sheepfold. If that's true, Apollo may have started out as a humble protector of his herd, a divine shepherd of sorts. Over time, Apollo became one of the most adored gods in Greek mythology. In works of art, he is often pictured nude, wearing a laurel crown and holding either a bow and arrow, a lyre, or a plectrum. He is also closely associated with a variety of animals: deer, swans, mice, pythons, wolves, and even dolphins, each symbolizing different aspects of his divine nature. Apollo's birth was unlike any other. He was the illegitimate son of Zeus and his mistress, the Titaness Leto. When Hera, Zeus's wife, discovered the pregnancy, she flew into a rage, forbidding Leto from giving birth on solid land, and sent the deadly serpent Python to chase her away. Leto fled and found refuge on the floating island of Ortygia. But Hera's wrath did not end there. She commanded the goddess of childbirth, Eileithyia, to prolong Leto's labor for 9 agonizing days. Finally, Leto was allowed to give birth. She delivered twins, Artemis and her brother, Apollo. It is said that Apollo emerged fully grown, carrying a golden sword. The island around him burst into life, filled with beautiful music, fragrant flowers, and lush, vibrant plants. From the moment he was born, Apollo was extraordinary. He drank ambrosia, the divine elixir of immortality. With a single sip, he transformed into a radiant, beautiful young man, glowing with divine power. Adventure followed him from the very first 4 days. Apollo demonstrated his incredible power by slaying the fearsome serpent Python. Lying in wait within the serpent's lair, he pierced it through the forehead with a single deadly arrow. One of his other legendary feats was the defeat of 2 giants, Otus and Ephialtes. Using his unmatched skill with the bow and arrow, Apollo overcame these towering adversaries with precision and strength, cementing his status as a divine warrior. Apollo, the radiant god of the sun, once fell deeply in love with a mortal princess named Coronis of Thessaly. Captivated by her beauty, he made her his lover, and soon Coronis carried his child. Before leaving her side, Apollo appointed a pure white crow to watch over her. But in his absence, Coronis betrayed him, beginning a secret affair with a mortal man named Ischys. The crow witnessed this act of infidelity and flew swiftly to Apollo, revealing the painful truth. Enraged and consumed by jealousy, Apollo commanded his twin sister Artemis to strike Coronis down. Yet almost instantly, regret filled his heart. He rushed to save her, but it was too late. Coronis lay upon the funeral pyre, her body already being consumed by flames. In a desperate act, Apollo reached into the fire and rescued the unborn child from her womb. That child was Asclepius, destined to become the great god of medicine and healing. But Apollo's anger had not yet faded. He turned upon the crow that brought him the news. Once pure and white, its feathers were scorched black forever, condemning all crows to bear this mark, a symbol of sorrow, misfortune, and the price of truth. Pan, the wild god of shepherds, was a master of music, known for inventing the syrinx, the pan flute. Proud of his skill, he dared to challenge Apollo, the god of music, to a contest. To judge the duel, the ancient mountain god Tumul was chosen, and soon gods, mortals, and creatures of the forest gathered to witness the event. Among them stood King Midas, a devoted follower of Pan. Pan played first. His melody was lively and free, calling animals from their homes and making the trees sway with joy. It was the music of nature itself. Then Apollo began to play. With a single touch of his lyre, the world fell silent. The wind ceased, the trees stood still, and every living thing listened in awe. His music was divine, deep, powerful, and filled with overwhelming beauty. When the final note faded, the audience was struck with a strange sorrow, as if they had lost something dear. One by one, they fell at Apollo's feet. Tumul declared Apollo the victor, and all agreed, except for Midas. Blind to the truth, he challenged the judgment. Apollo, both amused and angered, reached out and touched the king's ears. In an instant, they transformed into the long ears of a donkey. And so, Midas was forever marked, not for his loyalty, but for his foolishness in denying the voice of true greatness.